Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. We've got a link to the past Randomizer Challenge Cup 2021 match here. It's Craig Sniffen versus OvidiusNaso in Group E. This is Game 3 of their first round series. So the winner's gonna go to the winner's finals and the loser's gonna go to the elimination round. Commentators today are Westside Vandal and Papa Bell. And you can take it from here.
All right, thank you for the introduction, DXR, and welcome on in to this Challenge Cup action. My name is Westside Vandal. With me is Cool Papa Bell. This is going to be a pretty decent matchup. Both these runners I do recognize from around the community, so this should be a pretty good time.
Yeah, and of course, since we're on a game 3, that means we're 1-1. Quick maths. So this has been a good match so far. So definitely always exciting to see a deciding final game in that match.
I have no idea why the scene isn't loading. Give me a second here. Let's switch back to the countdown scene and then for the interview scene, we'll go back.
All right. Luckily, since it's standard, even if tech issues do occur, there's not really going to be too much, hopefully, of note in standard. Having said that, Watches is one of the most loaded Hyrule castles of all time.
Oh, there we go. Just
either that, or we'll get some sort of exciting, red cane stuff, something absurd like that.
Yeah. There it is. All righty. So we're just about to get underway here. We shall see what awaits these runners in this pivotal Game 3.
And as usual, the bots take tournament time to pull out their most ridiculous seeds. There's one in the main tourney the other day where runners had to double dip GT and leave to go get hookshot and come back, and somebody Moldorm bounced, just all sorts of ridiculous things.
Yeah, sub 2 hours, you say? I mean, it is a no frills standard, so you would hope. But I have seen some shenanigans in my day. Nothing of note in Link's house there. Just a nice full heart. Clear eyes, can't lose. Wait. Gonna drop down here, and our uncle is going to have the fire rod. So that is going to bring an element of magic management into the proceedings here.
And Professor Pixie, our tracker in chat, shouting that one out. Whoa, hi there, Kane.
Okay then. And well, with magic also being on the drop pool for the guards, maybe not so much of an issue as I was going to build it out to be. As a failsafe in the randomizer, if you run out of magic, or, for example, bombs or arrows, if you happen to get bombs or arrows, the bow as your starting weapon, if you die and take a save and quit, or a save and continue, excuse me, although I guess technically save and quit would work, you'll get a small amount of magic or bombs or arrows. We made a soft walk.
We just saw another small magic drop there on Craig's side. I'm not sure if that was 2 in a row for him, because one of the variety packs, starts out as a small magic and then a 5 rupees, and that's got 1 bomb in it somewhere. But if it's 2 small magics in a row, then that's just pure magic.
I think it's just pure magic then, because we do see that Craig only has 1 rupee, which is probably from one of the bushes. Actually, now that I think of it.
And not getting too many drops, and of course runners can't really use too much magic since Fire Rod eats it up pretty fast. Oh!
Green rupee drop for Craig there. And another green rupee in the chest. We have already seen the map, and this is going to be our small. Well, no, small key can still be in Dark Cross. So the back of escape and the sanctuary chest itself are guaranteed to have items in them at this point.
And yeah, I think we do have a bomb somewhere in the bomb pack. Yeah, because we are seeing a variety of things coming out from those guard drops. So,
Alrighty. There's our small key in Zelda's cell. Interesting note here. I just noticed this. Ovidius opting to use the Cane of Samaria as opposed to the Fire Rod, maybe a bit more comfortable with the Samaria blocks.
yeah, and I think he might be thinking about wanting to farm a few more drops from those guards and trying to preserve magic a little bit more. I would definitely take advantage of the left hallway upstairs and just use those pots to take out a couple of those guards.
Yep. And using the Cane of Samaria means you can just lift and throw the Samaria. Oh wait, nope, you can't. You can't do that without the gloves, can you?
I think you can always lift the blocks.
At any rate, if that is possible, you can definitely throw the Samaria blocks as a weapon and have more than one damage that way. 5 arrows there, not quite what we're looking for.
I think Craig just needs one more drop from a guard. The snakes up in the next room are also on the same pack, so I think Samaria block in the middle of the pack of snakes could do quite a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. All right. So far, both of our runners about equal here in this escape. Heart drop off of that snake. Or, excuse me, rat. I apologize. We'll see if any farming decisions or lack of farming affects anything. Well, we're going to see it right now as Ovidius is going to go ahead and clear out the snake pack here. Not get lucky. There's gloves in the dark cross chest.
Yeah, and Craig got a little bit more lucky, has just gotten a few more drops off of those guards and snakes, and did finally get to that one bomb in that prize pack.
Nice use of the Cane of Samaria there to kill the key rat for Craig. And now we're going to probably see things equal back out a little bit here, as Craig is going to go ahead and open up the back of escape here and find 3/4 of a heart, whereas it looks like Ovidius is just going to give it up as a bad job and... Well, nope, he's going to keep on trying and not get anything.
Yeah, and we do have that glove already, so it's not going to be too long of a trip back for Ovidius, but that is going to be annoying to have to come back and then find just those heart pieces.
So a 620-ish escape for our runners. Not bad. Ooh, hook shot. Okay.
Yeah, they were definitely slowed down by having to stop and farm quite a lot looking for that one bomb. But hookshot is definitely a nice find. That's actually a really good movement item if you don't have any boots to work with.
As being demonstrated by Craig here, using it to great effect to grab some trees and cover a bit of ground quickly here. Oh, hello. There's the bombs we were looking for.
Quick map check also. I think that was Pendant Hera, Red Crystal Eastern, and Blue Crystal in Desert.
All right, Craig gonna go ahead and check Lumberjack while he's up here and find that it is just 20 rupees. So we are not going to need to fight Aghanim 1 for that reason today. We may still need to fight Aghanim 1 for Dark World access if the seed is feeling particularly cruel, but we shall see. That's going to be a 4th piece of heart for Craig on Mushroom Spot, so he's going to go ahead and take that. Although honestly, this early in the seed, you see a piece of heart, you're probably going to take it.
Ovidius also checked out the stun prize real quick there and found 10 arrows.
And the game is now just being kind of petty with all these bombs.
That's what I've come to expect from standard seeds. You just get bomb drops as soon as you leave escape.
Craig with a 3rd map check. As he continues down into Kakariko Village. Blinds basement here.
I was going to say the good news about all of those bombs is that runners are comfortable in opening up everything we need to in Kakariko. And with those couple of 20s, they're probably going to have enough money for Bottle Vendor, as we find a bow there in the basement as well.
All right, so I would not be surprised to see a run to Eastern relatively quickly into the future here. True, we don't logically have the lamp, but those are some of the easier dark rooms in the game.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, on the advanced logic with Fire Rod, Armos could theoretically be in logic as long as the big key is not vanilla, since that's lamp locked.
Correct. All right, now into the Kakariko well we go. Hearts, rupees, and bombs. All right, Bottle Vendor, not really anything to note there. And a whole lot of effort for 20 rupees.
So the other thing our runners might be thinking about right now is whether they want to sequence break Death Mountain, because with that glove we can get up there with just one of the other relatively easy dark rooms, the Old Man Rescue, and then hookshot across to a lot of stuff over on the east part of the mountain. I'm not sure if either runner will want to jump out of logic just yet. Again, like you said, with that full clearable Eastern available, pretty tempting.
Not going to need to come bonk into the shelves in the library unless we desperately need a piece of heart. But don't think we're going to be quite that desperate.
And both of our runners just going to YOLO the race game here for another.
Which, you know, I can see the argument on both sides of this one. Me personally, I pretty much always YOLO it if I'm coming down from Kakariko with no boots, because it's just as easy to just do the run and then just abort if it's garbage.
I'm always tempted by, it depends on how good Kakariko was, so in this case there was not much in Kakariko, so you sort of start to think, well, there's got to be something on the race game then, right? Doesn't always work out that way.
So Ovidius about to go receive his 3/4 of a heart from the back of escape here. 300 rupees in the dam for Craig. who appears to be making the play to do South Shore here. And then 5 rupees is the prize at the bottom of the reservoir. I use prize with quite possibly the loosest terms I've ever used that word. Yep, just going to do South Shore, including Mini Moldorm's cave here, and probably Ice Rod Cave. I would assume. And now it looks like Ovidius is also going to Houlihan here. Which is going to put him in a pretty unique position. He is going to be able to think about,
Yeah, I was just about to say, we're seeing pretty standard play here going straight to South Shore, but then Ovidius switching it up a little bit with that Houlihan glitch, and yeah, is going to head straight over to Eastern Palace. Let's see, is he going to take a quick look at the, yes, at the island there.
It looks like it's another 300 rupees to me.
So it looks like Ovidius is sort of trying to farm a little bit for rupees. Maybe going to grab some out of Eastern as well before heading down to South Shore, hoping to get Zora in at the same time.
Oh, Kate in Ice Rod Cave.
Craig also found the book Mini Moldorm, so that's a little...
I was about to say, in all that talk about what Ovidius was doing, we kind of missed Craig doing Mini Moldorm and getting the Book of Medora and the Cane of Verna. Oh, Titans, hello. Titans are in Saha's closet today. Turtle Rock Green Pendant. In before go mode on Trinex.
If we find the Ice Rod in the next 10 minutes, we can confirm that, I think.
All right.
Yeah, this is an interesting choice for the runners, though, because they've got Bow pointing to Eastern and the book potentially pointing to Desert. That is theoretically clearable as long as it's not Boots Lock, since we have Fire and a Glove.
Yes. All right. So again, this is theoretically in logic, as long as we find the big key sometime in the next few checks, which we do. So Eastern Palace is fully in logic with, or not fully, but Armos is in logic is what I meant to say there. There we go. All right. But again, as I mentioned earlier, these are some of the easier dark rooms in the game, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them get busted out here by our runners. Especially when it appears that we are really backloaded on the non-dungeon items in this particular Eastern Palace.
Yeah, with that early map, we're likely to need to go to that vanilla big key chest.
And always count on the randomizer community to make throwaway lines about bad seeds worse. As Life Smash, every seed is ped seed until proven otherwise. I mean, fair. And then our tracker, Professor Pixie, watch Desert be boot locked and Boots be on Laser Bridge. Hookshot was in the Sanctuary chest. Nothing too interesting popping out of this Eastern so far.
Yeah, and both of our runners thinking pretty alike as well. Ovidius going to Eastern a little bit sooner before South Shore, but Craig hot on his heels. Which, of course, very often happens with the light world. There's not a ton of wildly different decisions you can make.
Just getting a little bit caught up here in this dark room. Uses the hook shot to reorient himself, though, and gets through.
That is one advantage Craig will have, having found a couple of invincibility items down on South Shore. He's got those as a backup if necessary, but Bombos in the vanilla big key chest.
Alrighty, so that is all 3 of our items out of Eastern, but since we do have that fire rod, and this is an advanced logic seed, the Armos Knights are logically killable, and we are going to see that happening in relatively short order. Okay, so yes, Ovidius definitely wanting to get more rupees here. Lights up another third torch in the room to get a little extra time.
Will probably be annoyed when he finds that 300 on South Shore, since that could have saved him this extra farming time. But
yep, I almost said something about it when you first brought up the possibility of him farming for rupees on his way over to Eastern. I almost said something, but all right, through the cannonball room here.
ooh, and Craig caught up a little bit also. I think he killed the Igor that has the key, but didn't pick up the key on his first time around, so he had to go back for it. But now he's through there.
All right, there we go. The fun of trying to do this room swordless.
Yeah, Eastern was one of those dungeons that you think is just easy, but then there can definitely be some slow bits, and especially those dark rooms. When they go well, they're a breeze, but if you get just a little bit off, they can be real rough.
Oops. Oh, speaking of a little bit rough, Ovidius doesn't quite get the quick kill off, and now this boss fight's going to go a little bit out of control. Has enough arrows, though, so this really shouldn't be too much of a problem to clean up. There we go.
Also, welcome to the raiding party that just joined us. Thank you, Nordic Randomizer, for joining us here for this race.
Alrighty. And just to set the table for those raiders, this is a Group E matchup between Craig Sniffen and OvidiusNaso. Series tied at 1 game apiece, so the winner's going to move on to the winner's final. And the loser is going to be sent to the tiebreaker round.
And nothing too out of the ordinary has happened so far. Both of our runners cleared out CAC, and with an early bow, decided that Eastern was a good play. OvidiusNaso has not been to South Shore yet, but Craig Sniffen has, so we will see what his next choice is. Probably that desert play.
Yeah.
Right now.
All right, and yep, as expected, he is making way to the desert.
But if it turns out Zora is the answer, that's going to be pretty big for Ovidius, since he has the cash to do it, and so he can follow through on that play right now if he wants to.
We'll take a bit of trickery or a bit of a long walk to get to, though, without the flippers.
Yeah, and that would be the reason not to do it, is, of course, with no flippers and no Moon Pearl, we cannot get Waterfall Cave, but there is Flute on the desert ledge.
Interesting. I believe we have the stuff to do a splash delete, but that is a pretty high level skill that I wouldn't expect to see in a casual tournament like the Challenge Cup.
And I believe I'm sure chat will correct me if I'm wrong on this one. Even with the splash delete, you still cannot get into Waterfall Fairy without the Moon Pearl, because it does just put you in a fake flipper state. So
Correct. And we are going to be boots locked in desert. Because that was a green rupee in the one chest we have access to. So we are going to be boots locked in desert. So Craig is just going to go grab the flute and activate it, and I would assume head directly to Death Mountain.
we were talking about runners maybe not doing that one while it was a sequence break, but once it's in logic, I think that's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't forget to check Agina's Cave, also known as one of the most annoying Spear Zero checks. It just feels like one of the more out-of-the-way ones to do, and then it almost never pays off when you go out of your way to do it, and then when you make the decision to skip it, that's when it has your go mode item in it.
Right, and even when you have flute and like flute to 6, it's still an annoying walk to get there, right? It just
Yep.
it sucks.
Alrighty. So, Ovidius now making his way over to desert.
Yeah, it's a pretty long walk. I think the save and quit back to the house would have been a little bit faster, but it's probably just a couple of seconds.
Mm-hmm. And it could have just been an issue of maybe Ovidius was thinking of trying to do something, you know, like the water walk or fake flippers, and then, you know, en route realized, oh wait, I can't do that, and then just went, well, I'm already walking, might as well just keep walking. Meanwhile, Goose is loose, Duck is amok, Pheasant is present. Other bird-related rhymes here as Craig Sniffen activates the flute at 24 minutes and 45 seconds. Ooh, swordless dark old man rescue.
Yeah, looks like we're going to see some hookshot spam there to find where those walls are.
Mm-hmm. Which is a fair play, but still not the funnest thing in the world to do. I much prefer having a sword for this. Alright, Ovidius is gonna find out now about the boots locked desert here. And then get his flute and be on his way to Death Mountain here. So we'll be able to grab a large majority of the items up here due to having that hook shot, being able to hook across the gap at the bottom of the mountain here.
Yeah, and we're basically likely to find one of two things. Either a Moon Pearl, which is what our runners are hoping for, or, worst case scenario, a sword and a lamp, and then Aga comes into play.
Oh, boy. So, Blue Male was inside Spectacle Rock, which is something of a safety item. I might have taken the time to grab it, but Craig obviously disagreeing and is just going to head across and see what is in Paradox Cave here.
Yeah, might be feeling a little bit behind by having done Eastern when it really led to not much of anything. Or maybe just feels like he doesn't need that armor, especially if he's just going to find 2 more hearts in Paradox.
Yeah. As our tracker points out, with the main tournament being hard item pool, which eliminates the blue mail and other such safety items, A lot of runners may have just gotten used to not having the safety at this point and just kind of go, I don't really need it. All right.
There's our move.
Nice.
And with that pearl, Craig can go ahead and clear out even more of Dark Death Mountain here. We can get a look at what the Turtle Rock Medallion is. And I think we're going to see Spiral Cave into that portal on the bottom side of the mountain. Ooh, Quake on the floating island.
And if you're rooting for Devilry, you're wanting to see either Quake or Bombos as the Turtle Rock Medallion. Don't necessarily want to see Ether if you're wanting to punish our runners.
So here's a question. What would you do if you suddenly get Turtle Rock access between the Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave checks? Do you under any circumstances go in right now?
Absolutely not. Because what we would need? We would need a sword and the hammer. And I feel like both of those things open up a whole bunch of other things that you would much rather be doing.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, sword's gonna give you my brain just fried. Sorry. Yeah, either of those things is going to open up a wide variety of other things you could be doing, like Village of Outcasts. There we go. Don't know why it took that long for my brain to come up with that.
Yeah, and with the sword and the fire rod, we could do Skull Woods. You'd need the hammer to get into Turtle Rock as well, which would also give you pod access. I agree that that Turtle Rock right now would be an extremely bold play. Of course, we are unlikely to get all of that access anyway, but there is Bombos on there.
Oh boy. And Ovidius deciding to take the time to go ahead and grab that blue mail. So we'll see if that comes into play. Mushroom.
At least the mushroom is less annoying when we already have that flute.
Yep. And that's really it up here for the time being. So now the question is going to be, what is that mushroom going to turn in for? And I would actually have honestly considered thinking about doing the fake powder before actually turning in the mushroom here. Just in case.
Well,
but that's
well, we don't have... I was going to say we don't have access to Magic Bat just yet, but yeah, we can do what Craig is doing right now, which that was a hard reset of the console, so that means he will have that mushroom back now.
Yep. All right, so we are going to see Craig now come over here to Village of Outcasts. Which, because we have Titans, we didn't actually need the hammer for. That's why I was having such a hard time thinking of it, because I knew we already had access to it.
All right, interesting. So Skull Woods is our other pendant, and Thieves Town our other 5/6 crystal. So that could be a very early Pyramid Fairy trip, but again, very difficult to do without the hammer.
Mm-hmm. And Craig actually gonna come up here and check out what's in Skull Woods from the looks of it.
Yeah, I don't mind this play. With Pendant Skull Woods, you sort of hope you can just clear out a couple items in the front and then never have to come back and finish. Red Cane is going to make this middle chest a little bit faster.
And I suppose we should point out we can also access Bumper Cave right now, so you might as well think at least pay lip service to doing this because you're heading up here for Bumper anyway. Alrighty, so nothing there, so he'll backtrack a little bit here.
A clean hookshot clip from Ovidius over there, so some nice glitch tech our runners are showing off.
Yep. One of the I can never get the timing down on that particular hook shot. Not a whole lot emerging out of this Skull Woods so far. Small key after small key after small key. And here's, I believe this is another thing that Advanced Logic did. It used to be that this particular chest was always going to be a small key. That is no longer the case in Advanced Logic, if I remember correctly. Or if actually, is that just a V32 change? I can't remember at this point.
Yeah, I think it's all of the new version. I don't even think basic versus advanced matters there, but I don't remember. I couldn't tell you the last time I played a basic Logic seed anyway, so...
Yeah. Alright, now heading over to Bumper Cave, which is just a heart piece. And chat pointing out, I misspoke. It's to... or, no. Yeah, you can get stuck down there now if you drop down. Whereas it was always a small key beforehand, before the change. And both of our runners, saves coming the mushroom there. Craig Sniffen now making the first foray into the Village of Outcasts and Thieves Town here.
This potential upcoming Swordless Thieves Town, not super exciting, but Blue Cane will make blind a lot easier.
Yep.
And Ovidius is going to check out Mire Shed first, and also get the intel on the Mire Medallion.
Which, this could actually be a bit of a play here, if this turns out to be something important. Well, for example, it gives him the information that Quake Medallion is going to be required. We are going to need to go back up to the floating island. And nothing in the shed, unfortunately. But if say a hammer had been there, or a sword, something that we are clearly going to need to beat the seed. I don't know how long it takes Craig to get back to that point.
Yeah, I think Craig is sort of committed to starting the Dark World loop first. So yeah, he's probably not going to head back there until certainly after Hype Cave. And maybe even does some Smith Chain back and forth, maybe takes a long walk over to Pod. Probably he'll flute to Mire before walking all the way to Pod, but...
Mm-hmm. And Ovidius now going to go ahead and make the same play here, going to check out what we can see in Skull Woods. Meanwhile, nothing really coming out of Thieves so far. Kind of just waiting for the seed to show its hand at this point.
Interesting. Craig, not interested in this trip all the way to the back of Thieves Town without the hammer in particular. I don't think it's the swordless that's the problem. It's just worries about orphaning the big chest is probably the biggest thing going into that decision.
Alrighty, so we'll see what Mr. Alec Baldwin has over here at his digging game and how many digs we need to get it.
Yeah,
There's
leaving
10
Thieves
digs.
there. Oh, go ahead.
Nope, I was just saying that was 10 digs. And I've already lost count, so continue.
We'll call that officially a lot of digs.
Yes.
But yeah, that Thieves Town decision, okay. I was about to say could make a big difference, but I think...
Yeah, I think he's heading right back up there.
Yep. So now it could be a big swing in the other direction, that could turn out to be the Galaxy Brain move to put off Thieves Town for 30 seconds or so.
Alrighty. So Ovidius gonna find the nothing in Skull Woods here. Gonna wait for... Nope, he's gonna just go ahead and burn a key here and open this door back up. And Craig heading to the back of Thieves with that newly acquired hammer. Yeah, that was almost the maximum amount of digs the digging game has to offer for the hammer. Which, on the one hand, yes, it's the hammer and we need it. On the other hand, did you really have to make it so many digs?
But on the other hand, if you're going to make it, 20-some digs, it better be worth it in the end, which this one was, at least.
Fair point. Alrighty. So far, it looks like our runners are kind of in lockstep, routing-wise, decision-making-wise, and for the most part, and that's going to give the advantage to Craig right now, because Craig currently has, all of the Village of Outcasts done, is looking to finish up Thieves Town here, while Ovidius is still exploring Village of Outcasts. There's our first sword, by the way. So, unless Craig just plain forgets that Misery Mire exists for a while, or Ovidius makes another play here, I would certainly say the advantage right now is clearly in Craig's on Craig's end.
Unless one of them makes a wildly different move than the other. He's opened up a couple of minutes here. We'll see how Ovidius does, what decision he makes here in Thieves Town. As Craig gets a nice fairy drop there. Was running a bit low on health, partially thanks to not taking the time to pick up that blue mail, but the fairy will make this a breeze for the rest of the dungeon.
All right. And there is nothing of note on that hammer-locked chest. It just holds the very key you need to be able to get to that chest in the first place. So hammer not important to the Thieves Town portion of the proceedings. So if Ovidius decides to do this swordless, he could make up a little bit of time.
Hammer is only logically important for Thieves, but who needs logic?
Nice, clean, sorted blind fight here. Well done.
Let's see, how did Craig end up ahead? Let's see, he got a little bit luckier in with bomb drops in Escape. Ovidius had to do a bit more farming, and then still didn't get a bomb, and so had to go back later. Ovidius also did an early Houlihan to try and get Zora money, which wound up not actually being that useful. So, yeah, just kind of some little things here and there that Craig has optimized his run a little bit better than Ovidius so far.
All right, hammering down the pegs here, which it's always a bit slow going when you don't have the ability to item dash. Nothing needed in the hammer pegs there. All right, and Jeremiah's going to get to take a bit of the world tour here.
Also, for anyone just joining us, one of those little optimizations that Craig did was not picking up the blue mail. That was visible in Spectacle Rock, inside Spectacle Rock, and he just opted to not take the walk around and grab it. So that was another spot where he picked up, 30 seconds to a minute. But so far, it has not really caused him any problems. Seed has been pretty generous with health, so not looking like that's going to be a particularly momentous decision, but we'll see how that goes down the stretch.
Yep. Dumpy providing our Sanctuary Heart.
Well, actually, here's an interesting thing. So we were talking about the potential early Pyramid Fairy trip. Now with Hammer, that is possible, but we already have that follower in the Smith, so not really an option for Craig at this particular moment.
And I would imagine Ovidius is going to make the same decision as we find Master Sword in Hype Cave. I would imagine Ovidius makes the same decision to grab Jeremiah the Swordsmith as Craig here. Oh, Craig, buddy.
Was that gonna curse blow Jeremiah if he gets another follower here? Yes, it will. All right, so Craig just opting out of that Smith turn in favor of this big red bomb.
All right, well, we'll see if this pays off.
Sticking with the Smith got a little bit more tempting when we found that shovel in Hype Cave, because you could sort of route those together a little bit, but I guess less so when you have the flute, since you don't have to walk back to Kakariko to do it.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. That's going to blow up and open that up. We get to check the Pyramid Ledge item, which is another full heart container. And Waterfall Fairy is going to have our boots and 3 bombs. So, yeah, I think that may have been worth ditching Jeremiah.
I think there was a little discussion there, and Craig said, "Hey, Jeremiah, do you know how to make shoes?" And Jeremiah said, "Nope," and that was the end of that.
All right, so immediately going to take those nice fancy boots. They're red because red makes you go faster, of course, and run up to the catfish here. Oh. I said Waterfall Fairy. Yes, of course, that was Pyramid Fairy. Good catch by our tracker.
Right, so Ovidius also grabbing the smith on his way out of the village here. Going to run back up and hit hammer pegs with his shiny new hammer.
Craig just like, I don't need your stinking safeties. Gonna save and quit before the shield even lands from the catfish. And gonna go ahead and check Meyer while he's here. Unfortunately, going to have to save and quit out of this because we do not have the mirror yet. So not quite as efficient as I think Craig was planning on it being. I know I've done this plenty of times in the heat of the moment. I'll just be like, oh, hey, I can go ahead and check Misery Meyer while I'm... Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I think it's a good play to make, though. It's a couple of quick overworld checks, and if Craig is going to jump into some dungeons here, he's got full clearable Desert and Palace of Darkness now, that you don't want to leave something behind in a quick overworld check for a long period of time. So
Right. And I said that because I thought he was going to try and do the Meyer check into Desert double play. Nope, he's just going to go to Palace of Darkness now. All right, so now comes the question. Does Ovidius overwrite Jeremiah with the Pyramid Fairy? He does not. He's going to go turn Jeremiah in. Now, since we know that the boots are on the Pyramid Fairy, this could be a problem for Ovidius. Unless Jeremiah has or leads to something just as important. Like, say, if he happens to be the Dwarven Mirrorsmith today.
yeah, it's really going to need to be, man, really mirror or I was going to say flippers. Yeah, flippers, since we hard need flippers for swamp. But since we have dipped into desert, desert is hard boots locked. So those are definitely required.
Well, there's the flippers on the dig spot.
So not quite on the smith, but interesting nonetheless.
So we'll see how long it takes. That's actually, I would argue that's just as huge as something being on Smiths, because Craig isn't probably going to do that for a while, because he really has no reason to.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, it's kind of like Mushroom. It's one of those that you'll grab after a save and quit, and you're like, oh, I have a second to do this, and then flute away from there. But yeah, it's kind of hard to predict exactly when that's going to feel right to do. But in the meantime, those boots are just going to be picking up time for Craig all over the place.
Yeah, I was about to say. This is going to become less and less of a problem for Craig the longer it takes Ovidius to go, oh hey, I can do Pyramid Fairy. And Craig could... no, because that... Nope, never mind. I was about to say Craig could be waiting for Mir to do that a little bit faster, but then I remember doing it faster requires you to do Aga 1, which obviously we're not doing. So...
Yeah, and the other thing is, once again, with Ovidius sort of on the same path as Craig, but going into pod at the same time, that means if... I think the thing that will prompt either runner to definitely check Dig Spot or Pyramid Fairy will be when they get Mirror, because both of those overworld locations are really easily accessible after you do Swamp.
Yep.
Right? But if Ovidius finds Mirror in here, that means Craig will also, and he will probably do Dig Spot in Cave 45 pretty quickly after that. So,
Yep. All right. So I just realized something. I believe we're a mirror and the mirror and the lamp away from no mode.
yep. And speaking of Mirror, there it is. So both runners making a good choice here and are going to find their Mirror, but
Alrighty then.
oh, actually, I take back what I said before. Actually, Mirror here might be okay for Ovidius, right? Because Craig can go back up the mountain, grab his Quake, and then he can full clear Mire and Desert together. That he might do that before cleaning up that shovel check.
Possible. Do keep in mind that would be a lampless mire, which is that's getting into some pretty tricksy dark rooms there.
Yeah, that is definitely no one's favorite dark room to do, I don't think.
Although Palace of Darkness dark rooms is no picnic either. Nice red potion there for the efforts, which you might actually want to think about drinking there, Craig, but you do you, I guess.
I also really like this pathing choice from Ovidius. Finding the big key on the right-hand side is just going to go straight to Helmasaur from here, because not having the mirror right now, he's sort of thinking like, oh, I want to mirror or Death Warp out of pod at some point, but killing Helmasaur sort of counts as your mirror back to the beginning of the dungeon, and then he can go ahead and clear the back from there. So this is a nice little optimization for this particular dungeon.
Indeed.
Of course, rendered complete moot by the fact that Mirror is just hiding in the back of pod, but it's a good idea nonetheless.
Yes. All right. So Ovidius now heading for Helmasaur King. Craig doing much the same. $17 bonks with the hammer here. Take off the mask. And Helma being a little bit rude with all these fireballs, but Ovidius keeping it under control and getting the kill.
Craig getting a little bit of a health pick-me-up from the turtles. Very convenient.
Indeed. All right.
We have really three questions left in this seed, right? Number one, how comfortable are these runners with doing Mire lampless if they need to? Number two, how long will it take them to find the item that their opponent already has found? So how long will it take Craig to check that dig spot for flippers? And I guess for Ovidius, it's not really a question. It's going to be about 30 seconds until he finds that mirror.
Yeah. But then again, Ovidius also has to go grab those boots still.
Ah, boots. Yes, that's what he's missing. That's right.
And it's not a question of, oh, it's convenient to run fast. It's hard required because Desert is boots locked. Greg, meanwhile, getting the kill on Helmasaur. and we'll now be moving on to other adventures here in Hyrule. Just realized 2 out of our 4 bottles in Palace of Darkness. Nice. Okay. Looks like Craig is going to grab Jeremiah here and finish this game.
It might also be the North Dark World stuff, having that mirror and boots that he's just gotten can knock out Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb and Graveyard Ledge.
This is also accurate. And looks to be exactly what... Never mind.
Yeah, I think all of the above is the answer.
Alrighty. So Ovidius receiving that mirror. Cleaning up the rest of Palace of Darkness here. Fred gonna turn in Jeremiah here. And Lazy Kid.
And not to be too alarmist here, but we can see Craig's tracker. He does not actually have the shovel marked. And as I'm sure we've done, it's really hard to see the shovel in your menu when you have the flute. So if he loses track of the fact that he has shovel, that could be a disaster.
Uh-oh. That's a very good point. Something else I just realized he may do is we do now have Hammer. We do have the ability to access Magic Bat here. Do we see a fake powder? Yes, we do. I said that, and my view resynchronized. So, oh, do we see Magic Bat? And oh, it refreshed, and he's doing Magic Bat. Okay, then, like literally in the room. All right.
Ooh,
And this is going to be the moment of truth here.
Yeah, I was going to say, this seems like a good sign that he is aware that he has shovel. Because I think if I didn't have shovel, I would be more inclined to do the North Dark World stuff first. But if he's going to get, 3 checks out of this trip, really 4, because he can do Bombo's Tablet as well, that might be what's pushing him in this direction.
All right, just 50 rupees on Cave 45 today. Ovidius going to the upgrade ferry for bombs and arrows. Interesting play.
I think, as we see Craig is walking past the grove, I think that means that Ovidius might be thinking about, well, he's going into ice immediately, but might be thinking about Mire in the near future. Because those extra bombs and arrows are a really nice thing to have when you're doing a low percent Vidi fight.
This is accurate. You have plenty of you have 2 potions and invincibility items though to help with that Vitreous fight. And as chat points out, it is a pretty quick refill. Because it does add, refill you to max while also increasing your capacity.
And yeah, question about the purple chest there. This is a relatively recently discovered bug. As long as you remain in the Dark World, you can leave the chest behind and the game will still kind of think you have it. this is partially why when you I think this goes into this, when you like, if you get the chest too early and then try and drop it and then go talk to the dig game guy, he's still mad at you. But as long as you talk to what's his name to open the lunchbox for you, like immediately after mirroring back to the light world, the game still thinks you have the purple chest and will give you the item.
And speaking of fun glitches, we're going to see Icebreaker here from OvidiusNaso. Nicely done. And that one is very aptly named because it pretty much allows you to break Ice Palace over your knee.
Yeah, a year and a half ago, you would never have seen anyone do ice before swamp in this situation. But with that red cane to get you through the wall, ice becomes so much faster, and you don't have that pesky "do I need to do left side swamp" thing. You have more information before you have to make that decision. So that's why we're seeing Ovidius here in ice already.
All right. Craig now doing the North Dark World overworld checks. I'm sure there was a better way to say that, but I persevered and made it. Nothing really going so far. And just the looming specter of that shovel not being marked on his tracker. And him just walking right past the grove.
Yeah, at this point, basically nothing matters but Craig going to the dig spot and Ovidius going to Pyramid Fairy. So it's just a question of what will convince them to get there faster or slower. Ooh, and Silver's out of the big chest in ice.
Yep. All right, Bonk Rocks. Bombs. Is Craig heading up to Ether Tablet here?
I think it's going to be Ether Tablet and then grabbing that Quake off of Floating Island.
And could also maybe convince himself to check Hera. That'd be a bit of an interesting play, but
Yeah, I mean the first floor checks of Hera I think wouldn't be unreasonable. I think he's probably not going to do anything up or downstairs, but
well, we could also see a Hera pot.
yeah, that's true. With boots and hookshot, a quick trip to the third floor there wouldn't be so bad.
Nothing on Ether Tablet. OvidiusNaso making relative work of the Cold Stare fight. Got a little bit bullied, but recovered nicely. Shovel had our flippers. And Pyramid Fairy has our boots.
Craig, do you want to check that chest there, buddy?
Apparently not. And also using the bomb setup for Herapot when spin speed is, or hook speed is, in my experience, a lot less fuss to set up.
Yeah, it takes some getting used to, but I think it's definitely worth learning that hook speed or spin speed setup, just because the reset of it is so much faster. Like, you can try 10, 12 times the time that this setup is taking, so...
And just not having a good time of it. Finally gets it. No, DS. Desert is a crystal.
Yeah, we know that desert is hard boots locked, so. And yeah, both of our runners have scouted Quake on the floating island.
Which is part of the reason why Craig is in Hera at the moment, because it's on the way. And it looks like Ovidius going to go ahead and do Swamp here, and then, as our tracker, Professor Pixie, correctly points out, I would assume and hope, okay, Craig came very close to getting middle hold, and as I said that, actually gets middle hold. Ouch. That is especially painful to see when we know as commentators there's not really gonna be much of importance on that boss.
Yeah, can't really blame Craig for noping out immediately after that.
Yeah. Oh, Craig didn't actually see the TR medallion either. I don't think. Yeah, no, because the portal's not open for him. So yeah, Craig's gonna be able to finally see. Oh hey. Oh no. Oh, he doesn't have any magic. Oh, oop, green potion. There we go. Oh, Craig can go into TR.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, I hope he's not.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean he does have Mire full clearable at this point, and desert. So I gotta think that's more tempting right now than a pendant turtle rock.
I would hope so, but there's also just it being right here. Oh, he's doing it. Oh no. Oh no. And again, we've said this a few times, but we have not found the lamp yet. And Mire in the dark is one of the more difficult things to do in the dark. Help! There's the lamp in Swamp. It's not in Turtle Rock. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Craig at this point. He's got too many rabbit holes that he can go down that are not going to find him the flippers.
Oh dear. And with Ovidius being so close to that the spot where we know his no mode item is at. Well, if he can get this Samaria block placed correctly. Oh, and Craig takes a death. That might actually be. Oh, he had a fairy. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, this diver down is just not cooperating with Ovidius right now.
Yeah. I think he might actually be a little bit low on the placement. And I think he's just giving up now and gonna just go take the long way around. But yeah, I couldn't quite tell, but the way I learned that particular setup for Diver Down is you have to hug the railing there, and I didn't quite see if he was actually hugging the railing or not. I think he was just kind of walking along it and not actually hugging it, and that's a little bit too low for the Diver Down to work. There's our powder. Craig gonna have to be a little careful here.
once again, has opted to go through this seed on green mail so far, so...
Yeah, because yeah, that laser would kill him dead.
Yeah, that was part of the issue in that original Spike room, is those things hit real hard.
All right. So Ovidius onto Argus now. Okay. Playing a little bit of dodgeball there is Craig. Yeah, you can see Craig taking just that extra little second to make sure that bomb actually finishes exploding before you press the down button there. Ovidius using the fire rod to great effect here on the Argus boss fight. And that is going to do it. Boomerang, nice. And now it's going to be the moment of truth here. If Ovidius goes to Pyramid Fairy, this race swings very much back in his favor, if it isn't already.
Well,
He's
that mirror is
mirroring,
good.
though. And fluting. Oh, no. Oh, boy. So this is still going to become who goes to the one location that they've had access to for 30 minutes at this point? First.
Yeah, quite a while. Oh no,
Tempered sword for Craig there.
he is out of magic in this room. Does he have another potion?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think he does?
He used his green outside to open up the portal. Oh, that's so painful.
Oh. The flippers are on dig spot. And we are unsure if Craig knows that he has the shovel or not, because it is not marked on his personal tracker that we can see from our commentary page. And he did have an opportunity to route it in and chose not to. Answering a question in chat, Dig Spot is a location in the light world just to the left of Link's house, where if you dig in a specific spot with the shovel, you find an item. I believe in vanilla it's the flute.
Yes, that is correct.
But in randomizer it can be a lot of things, like say the flippers. And he is going right back to Turtle Rock, is Craig Sniffen. No, he's not. He's going to go grab Quake. Oh, and now Ovidius is going to do Tower of Hera. Oh. Again, it's just going to come down to who remembers that check first. And I'd still have to give the nod to Ovidius here. because that one's just kind of, oh, hey, I have 5-6, which is easily marked on the trackers. Whereas Shovel is going to be down to Craig remembering it, which we're not sure if he does or not.
Yeah, this is both runners are scrabbling around. It sort of feels like at this point, Ovidius in Hera now might be thinking about his TR dip.
All right, so Craig gonna go ahead and mop up Desert here. Kind of interesting to note, both runners have a weapon upgrade for Ganon that the other does not currently. Although I would believe that both runners are going to get those upgrades in the course of their runs. As the silvers being in the big chest of ice and the tempered sword. With the way Ovidius is currently playing, going to be in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Craig might be in full go mode since flippers are going to be his go mode. So I forget where the big key was. I don't know if you'd have to go out of the way a little bit to open up that ice big chest or not.
Right, so Ovidius defeating Moldorm and getting that blue pendant. And he's making his way over to the Turtle Rock portal.
Got real nervous for Craig there, but he had just enough magic to light those torches.
Mm-hmm. Should be able to make pretty quick work of Landless here with the Tempered Sword. Alright. So TR going to be opening for Ovidius here. Does he go in right now, or does he go and grab his... oh wait, he already grabbed Quake. Oh.
Yeah, this is just so rough because you don't really know when the sort of light bulb is going to come on for a runner.
No, he hadn't actually grabbed it, but he marked it as grabbed on his tracker. Interesting.
Yeah, so I think he's just knew that was going to be his next trip, so...
All right. Still an item left in Desert here for Craig, so he's going to go check that first. Oh, boy. And again, it's just going to come down to which runner is going to realize their mistake first. And it's... Oh, well, speaking of mistakes, Craig doesn't have a small key.
Ooh, did he skip the one in the big chest? Or did he miss one in the back? Ooh.
I was not paying that close attention. He missed one in the back, according to the tracker. Yikes. Late to the race. Where are the casters talking about that they both need to go? Well, it's actually a different location for each runner. Craig Sniffen needs to, number one, show us that they have knowledge that they have the shovel, and then go to the grove digging spot for the flippers. And OvidiusNaso needs to do Pyramid Fairy to receive the boots that are required for the Desert Big Key on the Desert Torch. And now this is going to be interesting because both of our runners are going to be in Misery Mire at the same time, but in very, very different configurations, I guess is how I'm going to put this. Ovidius going to be on Master Sword versus the Tempered Sword of Craig Sniffen. But Ovidius is going to have the lamp, whereas Craig is going to have to do this in the dark.
Yeah, Ovidius also with those silver arrows that we talked about really make the Vitreous fight pretty trivial, to be honest. So that comfortable boss fight.
I played way too much hard item pool. So
right when suddenly silvers are a thing again, you're like, oh, this is fantastic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those things. Basically break most of the late game bosses over your knee. Cool.
The other thing here is that the lack of flippers is going to be a lot more painful for Craig, I think, because that's keeping him out of 2 crystal dungeons, whereas the boots are only keeping Ovidius out of desert. So his cleanup once he finds those boots is going to be a lot faster.
Yep. All right. Not a Godmire.
Can we start calling Vanilla Big Key the Devil Mire? Is that a thing?
And our tracker pointing out, fake flippering into ice is definitely a possibility.
Yeah, it is a possibility, but if I were flippers from Go mode, I would not be sequence breaking flippers, right? Like I would exhaust everything I could do in the overworld.
Well, that is entirely possible, Riser, because if you want to break logic, the only thing that flippers, the only dungeon that flippers are hard required to clear is going to be Swamp. So if Swamp is a pendant, then and doesn't have any progression in it, then yeah, flippers aren't going to be needed if you know all the fake flipper glitches. But if you want to strictly follow logic, both Ice and Swamp require those flippers. And it does look like this mire is making our runners work for that big key.
Once again, Craig Sniffen on the edge of running out of magic there, but the full magic was enough to light the 4 torches downstairs and these 4. So, gets through the cutscene.
All right. Just a piece of heart for all that work.
Yep, and that's both of our items with the 10 bombs in the compass chest, so just the Vitreous fight left to do here. And heads up from Craig there, not the most common thing to see a mid-dungeon fake powder, but grabbing a quick fairy there.
I was about to ask why he didn't just use the regular powder, but number 1, he doesn't have it. Number 2, no magic. But yeah, very, very heads up play to go, oh, I have no magic and the mushroom, I can just fake powder.
I've wondered about this play too from Ovidius. Went out of his way a little bit to hit that switch one more time, so that will save him from having to hit the switch in the 3rd room of the basement.
Alrighty. But now we're going to see kind of the the time save that Lamp gives us here, because as you can see, Ovidius can see and is just going to be able to breeze through here, whereas Craig Sniffen is just going to have to tough it out here and do some trickery with the Cane of Samaria to make it through here, while avoiding all of these pot shots. And as you can see, not having a good go of it.
Yeah, it looks like he's just pushing that block just past where he wants it to be, but gets through there. That is definitely the hardest room in this Dark Mire trip.
All right, and the other thing that's going to make this a little bit easier for Ovidius, as we were discussing, is the silver arrows. Blink and you're going to miss this boss fight. See ya.
But also, blinking is the best way to taunt Vitreous, so...
Accurate. All right, so... what does Ovidius have left to check at this point? Cave 45, Zora's Domain,
yeah, geez, I'm trying to keep track. Ooh, he is going into the portal. Yes. Ooh, this could be it.
Yep. This could be the beginning of the end here. If Ovidius goes right back up to the bomb shop. Which is what he is doing. He's going to receive those boots. He's going to be in go mode. Just going to have to clean up Desert and make his way up Ganon's Tower.
Good strat choice from Craig Sniffen here. As we so often say, Link to the Past can't really walk and chew gum at the same time. It's not very good at animating you swinging your sword and also spending magic. So if you just spam your sword like a crazy person, it kind of forgets to use up all that magic that you're using with the caves. So
yep. All right. The bow in general trivializes the second part of the Vitreous boss fight, but having the silvers just makes the entire fight easy. Alright, so there's those boots for Ovidius. OvidiusNaso go mode at just over 1 hour and 30 minutes into the seed. And now Craig is going to have to take the walk of shame into the back of Desert here to figure out which key he missed. Unfortunately, it's the one all the way at the back.
why wouldn't it be?
Bill has not remembered that he does indeed have that shovel. And this is just a heartbreaking way to go to the losers bracket in groups. Let's be real here. A mismark like that is just heartbreaking.
Wait, he had that key under the pot in the back. Did he forget to kill one of the enemies with a key? What? I'm very confused now. Or did he forget the big chest?
I'm not sure. I was not paying close attention to his first run through Desert, to be perfectly honest with you. He didn't. And now we're gonna now I think we're gonna see Craig kind of start to go into panic mode because he's running out of choices too.
Yeah,
and he knows he can't get over to the right side of Desert. But yeah, he's gonna recheck this chest and go, no, I opened that, okay.
I think right now he is rightfully very confused by what's going on with these Desert keys. because I'm not 100% sure either.
Oh, you had the answer right there, buddy. Oh. Just didn't notice that, you know, he had the ability to switch items on that flute, implying the presence of the shovel. For those of you watching us on Zelda Speedruns, we can see the runner's personal trackers. Craig does not have the shovel marked, even though he does have it in his possession. And that shovel blocking the Light World Grove digging spot, which is the flippers hard required for Swamp Palace. Meanwhile, Fire Rod and Master Sword Spin's going to be the name of the day for Ovidius. Oh, nope. Bust out the hammer for some extra damage there.
And so that tempered sword that Craig has that Ovidius doesn't was in Turtle Rock, where Ovidius is definitely not going to go, but does have the silvers that will be very helpful on Ganon.
All right, and that is OvidiusNaso's 7th crystal. It is time for a tradition here on Link to the Past Randomizer Restreams. 22 locations in Ganon's Tower, one of which is going to have our big key. Numbers in chat, 1 to 22. Where do you think that big key is going to be? I'm going to go ahead and say that, because why not? Whoever guesses
throw out
closest.
a 13 for me.
All right, whoever guesses closest without going over receives points on the leaderboard. And Craig now just killing Mothula because it's really all he has left at this point. Ovidius just like, I already did the hook shot skip today. We're just going to delete these blocks from the mirror now. I'm good.
Gonna clip through blocks for the cycle, I guess.
All right. So predictions on that game are going to close as Ovidius enters Ganon's Tower. So if you haven't already got your guesses in, you might want to do so now, as we do find out officially that the pedestal is dead, even though we've known that for quite some time now. And into Ganon's Tower goes Ovidius. Gonna go Hope Room first here. 1, not it. 2, not it. 15 points on the line for our winner today. Gonna go full right here.
A lot of people really swear by this, that when you find a small key right away, that you might as well go right. I don't know. I'm not sure there's much to be read into the layout of items in Ganon's Tower, but...
Yeah. Oh, that block didn't quite go where Ovidius expected it to. That one fell a little bit short too, but at least lined up properly. So just had to wait for it to actually get up there. Oh, and Craig found out about his shovel, but it's going to be too little too late. Nice ice rod. That's going to be items 3 through 6. with nothing for Ovidius.
And I took a look back at Craig's stream just to see what happened. He was actually thinking about his magic in the back of Desert, and grabbed a pot in like the next to the last room that had magic under it, and missed the pot with the key under it.
Whoa. All right, so the torch, number 7, didn't have it. Number 8. Number 9. Number 9. Nope. Number 10 and number 11. Ridiculous. It's not even funny. And Craig now heading to ice. Number 12, not going to be it either.
I'm still holding out hope for Fire Snake Room. Gotta win some internet points today.
All right, that is indeed chest number 13. Not gonna be it. And up we come to the randomizer room. So named because it's really about this is really about one of the only situations you're realistically going to see this room. So checks number 14, 15, 16, and 17 coming up here. 14, nope. 15 is going to be our magic number today. And that is going to be Clo 1313. Guessed 15 and was the only person to guess 15. So they get 15 points, oddly enough, on the Zelda Speedruns leaderboard. Again, it's Tower Big Key guessing game. They also win a lifetime supply of Link to the Past randomizer seeds, redeemable at ALTTPR.com. No purchase necessary, void where prohibited. And if your standard seed lasts longer than 4 hours, consult the YouTube tutorial. Now that we have all that legalese out of the way, we can continue the Canon's Tower climb as Ovidius using the silvers to make quick work of the mimics. And really should just be able to make pretty quick work of the tower in general at this point. I believe he still has at least 1 blue potion, has blue mail, has 14 hearts. Gonna be able to take a pit stop here, grab the fairies and the magic refill here.
Yeah, it has that powder as well, just for added safety, so... And yeah, I was just about to say, Craig did not pick up those silvers, is hard go-moding Ice Palace, so just walked right past the big chest.
Well, because you know he's got to know he's behind. He's just hard go-moding in the hope that his opponent, made some other error that lost just as much time. Because he has Tempered, which is a far easier swordless fight than Mastered. And chat correctly pointing out, Ovidius would also be feeling behind here because of the boots. It's not rando if you aren't feeling terrible and behind the whole seed. This is a fair point.
Ooh, nice double kill on those 2 Landmo heads with 1 Fire Rod shot.
Yep. Now we're going to see a hard go mode of Swamp as well here from Craig. Ugh. There's always one of these Wizrobes that just decides to be a jerk. Usually for me, it's the one in the top right, but sometimes that bottom left one can get a little big for its britches. It's happened to Ovidius there.
Yeah, I definitely missed the bottom left one with the cane more often than I missed the slash on the top right, but maybe I just really annoyed that bottom left one at some point, and now he has it in for me.
Ovidius going to go ahead and grab some magic refills to also give the puzzle enough time to not despawn the entire tower. Fishing for sword here, I would imagine. Doesn't find one.
Has 2 chances left, but
I would like to point out, we really didn't see any of the shields in this seed. We saw one on Catfish, and that was it. Honestly, the swords were kind of in weird locations as well.
yeah, forever until we had any, and then they were not too deep in the Dark World for the first 2, but that Tempered was well out of the way. Oh, there you go.
Shield invalidation chest, okay. And Craig now having a little bit of trouble with the diver down. There we go. Walks right past the powder, but not a hard required item. And Ovidius now enlisting in the Geometry Wars. He gets a nice 2 there. Would have been a 2 if the real Aga had thrown a not blue ball. Two 1-0-1, I believe, so far for Ovidius. All right.
Now we'll answer this question of how Ovidius feels about this Master Sword Ganon fight.
Well, again, hour and 45 minutes into a standard seed, when your boots were your go mode and they were in a spot you'd had access to for a while, I feel like you're gonna take your chances here. And that is indeed what Ovidius is going to do. Go back to Final Fantasy VI, Kefka. We don't want you here.
It sort of looks like slow and steady is the answer here, just getting 2 spins in on each of these warps.
All right. Hook shot equipped. Gonna try and do some dodging of these fire bats here.
This spot in the lower right is just awful for Master Sword Ganon.
Yep. Trying to remember what Ovidius has in his potions at the moment. I would point out that Ovidius has both the cape and the cane of Berna available to him. Looks like we do see a red potion at the very least. I'm gonna go ahead and burn some of that magic here for some free doubles. Does want to be careful with his magic usage, though, if he doesn't have too much of a backup. We do need to light the torch at least twice.
Yeah, lamp is going to be real clutch for him.
Yep. Right, and we are onwards and upwards here. Oh no, silver, my one true weakness. And torch glitch acquired. 4 silver arrows should be enough to finish the big pig. There's 1. There's 2. Okay, he had a blue the whole time.
Just building up the suspense for us. Gets a nice silverless spin in there, but
3, nope, never mind. Again, getting some last second trolling in here.
I guess we see where Moldorm learned it from.
Yep. There's 3. And this should do it. OvidiusNaso just going to have to survive the most dangerous 1x3 in all of Hyrule. And is going to take Game 3 of this series and advance to the winner's final in Group E of the 2021 Challenge Cup. Does survive that 1x3, and get your GGs out in chat for OvidiusNaso, who finishes in first place with a time of 1:48.40. Alrighty. And we are being joined by both OvidiusNaso and Craig here.
GG's.
GG's.
Jeez.
I just realized I introduced you a little bit early, Craig, because you have not officially forfeit yet. There it is, though, right as I was saying it. But GG's to you both. And I guess I'll just start out with how you guys feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like Craig was a good person to be matched with, so I'm lucky to be up 2-1 instead of down 2-1.
Alrighty. So that was this seed came down to one item for the both of you, and it turned out to be a different item for the both of you. But they were in roughly the same locations and roughly available to you at about the same time. For Ovidius, it was the boots in Pyramid Fairy, and for Craig, it was unfortunately the flippers on Dig Spot.
Yeah, always mark your dig spot, everybody.
Yeah. Well,
So
what happened?
Mark your shovel.
Yeah.
First of all, but
So I have to ask, yeah, Craig, you sort of had that decision of you had grabbed the smith, and then you had the option to go to Pyramid Fairy after that. Was that sort of what you were thinking about? Because it was right then in Hype Cave when you found the shovel. So I don't know if that contributed to the whole situation when you were having to make that decision, or what went into
Maybe.
that.
I didn't really think about Pyramid Fairy until after I already got the smith. I was like, yeah, well, I guess I'll lose the smith to do it, and I guess I just forgot to mark it and went all over the world looking for those flippers. What happened with my small key in desert?
So that one is you picked up the wrong pot in the sort of room with the Beamoses. You picked up the one with magic because you were low on magic and missed the key right there.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, we've definitely all been there. I had a league race where I forgot to kill the first Pokey in Turtle Rock and missed out on a small key, so...
Oh yeah, that'll do it too. Oh, well. It was a good game otherwise. for sure.
Yeah, it was really just kind of interesting to see the divergent decisions that were happening as a result of both of you missing one item that just happened to be different.
Yeah, it had to be really early for both of us too, because Pyramid of Fairy was super early and Snow was a shovel. We just both forgot about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to dip dungeons, so I think that was a big piece of it. But then I was looking for the boots. I hadn't even done Zora or anything up there, and I was kind of like, oh god, if it's there, I'm done. So I decided not to check it ever.
Where did you ever find Lamp?
Yeah, I did. I forget where though.
It was in the compass chest in Swamp.
Ah, there you go. That makes sense.
I think that's the compass chest. The one that you have to go south from the big.
Yeah, you loop around. Yeah, I think that's the compass chest.
Yeah, it was definitely rough for both of you because after you didn't get that particular item, you both had like 2 or 3 crystals that you could finish without it.
Yeah.
And so then that just led you completely away from it for quite a while.
Definitely. I'm very glad
Yeah,
I
I
didn't go
think
back
Pyramid
into,
Fairy was the last thing I was going to check before dipping Turtle Rock, so I'm glad the boots were there.
Yeah, for some reason I decided to go into Turtle Rock while I was up there, and it wasn't a good time in there. I ran out of magic just before I laser bridge and couldn't get there.
Yeah, that was not a happy experience to watch. Because that's another one of those things where we've all been in that situation where you just run out of magic at the worst possible moment. You're just sitting there staring at the screen like, welp.
And I saved and quit and forgot to go back and get Quake, so I had to climb the mountain all over again.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if we had any other big routing questions, but I think that was the key one. Those flippers and boots were really the story of this one.
Definitely.
Where was the third sword that Craig got?
It was in Turtle Rock.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember which exact chest, and I'm forgetting. But yeah, it was in Turtle Rock.
I think it was the Crystal Roller chest.
Seems about right.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I feel like you guys were making very similar decisions. I mean, you were right on top of each other, just kind of following each other through the Dark World and down around a Hype Cave and then over to Pod right after that. And then, did the dungeons you could do, grabbed the rest of the stuff up on Death Mountain. And yeah, it just felt like the... Not a ton of really divergent routing decisions, but...
It was fairly linear for the most part.
Yeah.
Too, because what our first match had the fire rod in the big chest in Thieves Town, and we got it right off the bat this time. But then I still had to dip into Thieves Town, not knowing if I would get locked out of that chest again.
Yeah, luckily the hammer was nearby.
Before you found that hammer, I had thoughts in my head of potential hammer and Pyramid Fairy as early as those red crystals came up, but...
that would have been bad. Well, I guess the flippers were right there. But at least that would have helped a little bit, because then I would have found the flippers a little faster, probably.
Yeah, I think I had that thought right as I went into Dig Game. And I was like, well, nope, never mind, here it is.
Okay, 159. Not a bad collection rate for how weird this seed kind of turned out.
For sure.
For Ovidius. I'm going to go ahead and ask the question here about your futures here in the Challenge Cup. As with the win, OvidiusNaso going to go ahead to the winners final of Group E, where you're going to be facing our shop. And Craig, you're going to be heading to the elimination match versus IB Karma. So, what are your thoughts on your next opponents?
Yeah, I don't know too much about my opponents, but I do know after playing Craig that I hope I don't see him again next week after this.
Yeah, I don't know much about my person either, but excited for it at least.
Alrighty. Well, I don't have anything else. Do you, Cool Papa Bell?
I don't think so. I think that's just about going to do it for us. I guess this is a
Alrighty.
good time to say thank you once again to our tracker for the day. We always appreciate them helping us out, so thank you very much to Professor Pixie for keeping us straight with where everything was in the seed.
Indeed.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys for hosting this.
Yes,
Yeah, thank
very much.
you, Westside Vandal and cool Papa Bell for commentating this, and thank you to Craig and Ovidius for running. Looking at the schedule, we've got another Challenge Cup match coming up very soon on ZSR2 between Jawsome Sauce and Otakaru. That's another Game 3. Let me see if they've gone live yet. I don't think they have yet. If not, if they haven't gone live yet, we'll just cut stream and then host once they go live. Otherwise, we'll raid if they go live while we're not doing the closing. Looking at the schedule for it's coming up on ZSR tomorrow, busy as always for Saturdays, starting with the Majora's Mask Randomizer Standard Weekly at noon Eastern on ZSR_3. 1 p.m. Eastern, we have the Ocarina of Time Beta Quest Blackout Bingo Tournament Finals. At 2 p.m. Eastern on ZSR2, it's the Zelda 2 Randomizer Max Rando Tournament Losers Bracket Finals. And at 6 p.m. Eastern, the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard NA Weekly. 7 p.m. Eastern, a Twilight Princess Any Percent Tournament match. And finally, 10 p.m. Eastern, the Zelda 2 Randomizer Weekly. This is so a busy day. Got a lot going on this weekend. So we're going to cut the stream here, and then once ZSR2 goes live, we will host them. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.